G'day, I'm Jason and I'm the newest member of the Beat the Heat drag racing team. Beat the Heat is a not-for-profit organisation that promotes drag racing as a safe alternative to illegal street racing. You can come to the track and race a cop car. How cool is that? Now my path into Beat the Heat is very different to the other members in our team. Now I know firsthand what it's like to have your life destroyed by illegal street racing, as I was a passenger in a car that crashed during an illegal street race. This story doesn't have a happy ending. It was a few days after my 18th birthday and 6 of us were heading home after a night in the town. My best mate Ben was driving. He was designated driver, so he wasn't drinking and didn't do any drugs. I was in the back seat directly behind him. We stopped at a set of lights and a car pulled up next to us and gunned his engine. When the lights turned green, we both took off. The race was on. I could see over Ben's shoulder as we nudged 200 kilometers an hour. It all seemed pretty thrilling, but what we didn't know was the guy in the other car had been drinking and had taken ecstasy. As we started slowing, the other driver lost control. His car swerved and hit ours. Our car spun. It slid sideways, heading straight for a tree at 140 kilometers an hour. Then, everything went dark. I woke up to an apocalyptic nightmare. The tree was in the car where Ben had been sitting. The driver's seat had been slammed backwards with Ben still in it, pinning me in the wreckage. The front wheel was where the center console used to be. The girl in the front was screaming and the car was on fire. I called out her name and passed out. When I came to, the fire was out. Police and paramedics were there and only Ben and I were still in the car. I reached out and touched Ben's arm. It was cold. Ben had died instantly in the crash. I spent the next 3 hours trapped in that car with my best mate's dead body. We had known each other all of our lives. You can't unsee that stuff, and it scars you for life. If it hadn't been for a kind cop who held my hand for the whole 3 hours, I think I would have gone mad right then. Ben wasn't the only one to die in that crash. The girl sitting next to me, she died as well, and one of the other girls in the car, she never fully recovered from what she had seen. She ended up taking her own life. 3 young lives, all dead. That crash split my life into 2 parts, my life before the crash and my life after it. It took 12 months of surgery and physiotherapy before I could return back to work. But no one could see my worst injury, the emotional trauma my mind had suffered. PTSD had wrecked my life just as badly as that tree had wrecked the car. My personality changed. I was full of fear and anger all the time. The people I loved the most bore the brunt of that. I have struggled with anxiety and depression ever since that day. Through all these years of heartache and struggle, I've yearned for a way to teach others about the dangers of street racing so that those lives lost were not for nothing and others could avoid this pain you can never escape from. Then one day, I heard about Beat the Heat and the work they were doing trying to educate people of the dangers of illegal street racing and trying to steer them towards the sport of drag racing. That really resonated with me, so I contacted Mike Pearson and told him about my story. Mike really understood my PTSD like few other people could. He spoke to the team, they asked me to join and I accepted. In time, I was offered passenger rides in their drag cars. Now this was a big hurdle for me to confront my fears and overcome them, and it worked. I did enough passes to get past my trauma and really enjoy the ride, and it gave me the hunger to race. Then I was offered the opportunity to drive a drag car, another huge hurdle for me to overcome. but I was ready. Thanks to the support and coaching that the team gave me.
Very nice. You think they're funded by WA?
That's correct. They put it all in themselves. The police don't really actually give them any support as far as financial support.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that's...
Woo! Yeah! Now, I'm a fully fledged member of Beat the Heat, and for the first time, I will be competing at a national event as a racer in Tango 4. This is so exciting. Thanks to this awesome group of people, not only have I been completely rehabilitated, but I also get to fulfill a life's ambition and educate people through my very personal road safety message.
When I heard about Jason's story, I knew I wanted him as a part of our team. Jason's story is typical of what occurs on Australian roads most days of the week. And what we want to do at Beat the Heat is to funnel that illegal street racing into the sport of drag racing, which can only occur at a safe and controlled environment like here at the Perth Motorplex.
For the first time I can remember, I feel complete. I'd found my tribe. Look for me on race day in Tango 4. See you at the track.